Hello everyone, welcome to yet another Schmeat video. This, as you can tell by the title, is insane. Bradley Beal is being traded to the Phoenix Suns for Landry Shamet, Chris Paul, a multitude of second round picks, and some pick swaps. So basically, this happened a couple days ago where the Washington Wizards came out and they said they're going to trade Bradley Beal. Like, his time has come. He has pretty much the only no trade clause in the entire NBA, which is kind of crazy. Like, LeBron doesn't have that. Stephen Curry does not have a no trade clause. Bradley Beal has a no trade clause. He's on a max contract with the Washington Wizards. He's getting paid more than a lot of players that are better than him. And the Washington Wizards, being the rebuilding team that they are, with some bright young pieces. They got Porzingis, they got Kuzma, who's going to be a free agent if he signs out of his player option. Johnny Davis, which they drafted last year. They have a pretty good, first round pick that they can pick up someone decent. They're in talks to trade Porzingis for the 2 or 3 overall pick. They're on a rebuilding mode. So subsequently, they want to trade Bradley Beal. And it came out yesterday that the two teams that are looking at Bradley Beal are the Miami Heat, who are just coming off a finals appearance, and the Phoenix Suns, who lost to the eventual champions Denver Nuggets. Bradley Beal is now a Phoenix Sun. So there's a crazy trio right now, and I don't know how Kevin Durant is always on a super team. Devin Booker, who is All-NBA for the last, I don't know how many seasons. He's made an All-Star team pretty much his entire time in the NBA, except maybe the first 3 years of his time in the NBA. He's a superstar. He was great in the playoffs. He went off for 40 or 50 versus the Denver Nuggets in that Game 3, Game 4. Was crazy efficient. He's always a bucket getter. KD, one of the best all-time, top 15, I'd say, top 20. And now they're adding another bucket getter in Bradley Beal. The one problem I see in this team, which is kind of the same problem that I saw with the Brooklyn Nets, is how do these pieces all fit together? They all need the ball in their hands to shoot the basketball. Who is going to give up some of their points to benefit the team? Because how I saw it and how these super teams work is that one of your great players has to take a step back. Why I say that is because with the Warriors and Kevin Durant when he came over, although Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were still fantastic players, like fantastic, they both had their moments in that season. They both kind of took a step back in terms to give KD the ball, just to make it like serviceable as a team to keep passing the ball around when we both know that those two players can get their own shot at any time. But they took a step back, and Steph Curry, being the superstar that he is, he realized that KD needs his ball as well. The problem is Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are not Steph Curry. They don't have that same kind of drive to make the team around them better. So it's going to be interesting how they all mesh. Then again, in the NBA, talent seems to win. It just does. The only reason that the Brooklyn Nets didn't really win is because there was load management every other game, and we only saw like less than 10 games of that James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and KD trio play together. Devin Booker doesn't load manage that much. KD, time and time again, and Bradley Beal is coming off an injury, but he usually doesn't load manage. So this team is not going to have load management problems. And they still, I don't know about the other core. This is the problem with having super teams, is that your bench and your role players are pretty shitty when you're paying a lot of money to your top 3 or top 2 players. It's the same problem that LeBron and Anthony Davis had last season before they made all their deals at the trade deadline. They had Carmelo Anthony 2 years ago. They had just a bunch of nobodies because that's how their roster was. They were top heavy as a roster, where they paid the majority of their money to their superstars, so they didn't really have any money to spread around. That's going to be the same idea with the Phoenix Suns. Yes, you have DeAndre Ayton that's still there. Yes, you have other players. There was that one dude who switched from football to basketball. He's on the bench. I forget his name. He was serviceable in the playoffs. But you don't have Cam Johnson. You don't have Chris Paul. You just traded him away. You don't have Mikal Bridges as a defensive stopper. And you don't have Landry Shaman, who you just traded away. Those are 4 really good role players. Chris Paul was a superstar. I'm expecting the Wizards to buy him out. But who's your surrounding pieces going to be? Who's going to guard the best player on the opposing team? Who's going to guard him? There's so many good point guards in this league. LaMelo Ball, which I said first. De'Aaron Fox, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, Stephen Curry, Trae Young, Drew Holiday, which is more of a decent defensive type. Who's gonna guard all of these point guards? I don't know, because Bradley Beal isn't regarded as a great defender. Devin Booker, when he tries, is a pretty good defender, but he's not defending, a person who's taller than him or quicker than him. And KD, yes, he's a good defender when he tries, but he's not going to guard a point guard. He's going to guard the 3 or the 4 spot. And DeAndre Ayton is pretty one-dimensional. He can only guard the opposing 5. So who's going to guard the best player on the other team? I don't really know. So there's going to be a lot of questions. This does make the Phoenix Suns really exciting. I thought when they got KD that they were going to the finals. Now they're adding Bradley Beal as well. They're giving up some of their depth, just like they did when they got KD. So they're kind of gutting the team a little bit, but they're getting in return a semi-superstar. So it's going to be interesting how this turns out. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.